Well, your last chance to register to vote is coming up quickly. So with more on the deadlines and everything you need to know about it and how to register, as well as Timothy DiCarlo with the Waterbury Registrar of Voters. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So it's hard to believe, but Election Day is right around the corner here.
It is fast approaching.
So tell us, what do people need to know about if they'd like to vote?
So the deadline to register online, in person, and through the mail is October 29th.
Okay.
All the registrar's offices in Connecticut will be open on the 29th until 8 p.m. And if they do it online, they have until 11:59 that evening.
Okay. And if they do it through the mail, it has to be postmarked by that day?
Yes, by the 29th.
What do you need to bring with you if you're going to stop into the office to register?
So, I mean, the easiest thing obviously always is the DMV issued identification,
Okay.
state ID, permit, driver's license.
Sure.
But they can bring in Social Security cards, they can bring in utility bills, things that prove ID and residency.
Okay. And so we're talking about our local elections that are coming up in November. Is it too soon to know what a turnout is going to be for something like that, or what do you expect?
Turnout, because all elections are local, and this is a real local election.
Right.
Turnout usually is on the lighter side.
Yep.
Depending on the town, if the town has a hot election or an open seat, you'll see higher turnout.
Okay. And if we're talking about the presidential election, coming up, folks have to think about registering for that as well, right?
Connecticut has a 3-month waiting period in between parties. So if you're Republican, Democrat, the Independent Party, Working Families, Libertarian, or Green Party, there's a 3-month waiting period in between when you have party privilege.
Okay.
So if you wanted to vote in the Democratic presidential preference, you would need to change your party affiliation 3 months prior to April 28th.
Okay, which puts it in January,
Correct,
right?
yes.
Okay, so 2 big deadlines coming up for folks.
Yes.
Anything else that folks need to know about before this deadline this week?
Well, if you missed the deadline, because there is same-day voter registration in the state of Connecticut.
Okay.
That is, you have to prove residency and identity that day. It goes from 6 a.m. until 8 sharp. It shuts at 8 o'clock. So if you're unable to make it to the registrar's office, we do really ask that you get there early so that we can get you processed and taken care of. With same-day voter registration, you do register and vote at the same location.
Okay, and actually that deadline, Tuesday, October 29th, is right there on your screen. Of course, it's so important to vote in local elections in particular. These are the things that are really impacting you. All right, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.